Hello and good morning everyone. Myself Tanya Sharma, your SS teacher. Welcome back to your SS class. In the previous class, we discussed about stars and got to know about the distance of the stars from Earth. In today's class, we are going to discuss about astronauts and what activities did they do in the outer space. Before starting the topic of astronauts, you should know who are astronauts. Astronauts are people who go in outer space to collect information about the objects in the sky. There is a column in a course book, I Learn For. In that, there is a definition given of astronauts. There is a column in course book, I Learn For. Their definition of astronauts is already given. That astronauts are people who travel in space for collecting information. Do you know which type of difficulties they face when they go in space? No, right? So you need to find it out. Okay? And I want to tell you that there are different astronauts who work very hard so that they can go in space. For traveling in space, astronauts have to do rigorous training. Rigorous training, that means very tough training they have to pass so that they can go in space. They should be from science field. They should be studying science for years so that they can go in space. Astronauts travel in space through space shuttle. Okay. Space shuttle helps them to reach in the outer space. There they do different types of experiments or launch satellites. So do you know why they go in space? There are very different reasons why they go in space. Some of the astronauts go there just to keep a check on space shuttle so that the other person in the space shuttle remains safe. Some astronauts are known as mission specialists. They go there in space and perform different type of experiments, launch satellites and gathers information about different planets. In the course book, you can see a section known as I Get, I Know. There is a picture of Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla is an astronaut, okay? She went in space, but she is the first woman who is of Indian origin and she is considered as the first Indian woman to go into space. She went into space through a space shuttle known as Columbia in 1997. In the course book, there is a section I Observe. There, a fact is given about stars. It is given that in the night sky, when we look at the stars, right, that thing, when we look at the night sky and observe the stars, that is known as stargazing. So you need to do stargazing one night and then you have to write your experience so that you can share it with us when you come to school. There is one more section, I Extend. In I Extend, it is given about telescope. You need to find out where we can use telescope and what is the use of telescope. Now I will discuss about I Think and Reflect. There in that column, it is asked that why we can see moon easily but we cannot see sun directly. So for that there is one answer, that sun is having too much of light and it is so bright that we can't see it from our naked eyes. But if we talk about moon shines because of the sun's reflected light. So it is easy for us to see the moon comparing to sun. I hope you are clear with all the things asked in the course book. So now we will do worksheet 1.6. Okay students, now let's move forward and complete worksheet 1.6. That is the advanced worksheet. That means it is the most tough one. in which you need to collect pictures and information about two astronauts and their space mission. Find out these things about them. Like if we take example of Kalpana Chawla. Then first one, in which year did they travel into space? So Kalpana Chawla went into space in 1997. The second question is name of their space shuttle. The name of the space shuttle in which Kalpana went in space is Columbia. Third one, for how long did they stay in space? I guess she stayed in space for 32 days long. So that will come here. And then what did they discover or do in space? They do experiments and launch satellites, as I told you. Then when did they come back on the earth? When the work is over and they have done all the missions over there, then they return to earth. Okay, so but then too, on which day, on which year they return, that also you need to mention in this worksheet. So these questions you need to do for two astronauts. That means you need to write 10 answers here. Okay, I hope you are clear, and this is the last worksheet, and you can ask doubts in comments. Okay students, so here the chapter in the sky ends. I hope you are clear with whole of the chapter and you will complete all the work I have given you as homework. Okay, till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.